Oh, hi, welcome to my channel. So I'm drinking some apple cider out of a mug because all of my glasses were dirty and I did not feel like getting one out of the dishwasher. So you guys might be wondering where I have been these last couple of weeks and what happened to the video that I posted a couple of days ago, why it was deleted. Well, a few weeks ago, I decided that it was time for me to get a new phone because the phone that I had was the Samsung J3 Emerge, and it was getting way too slow for it to be of any use because it was acting up. It was pretty much becoming unusable. It was so slow and it kept running out of storage space, so I could not really take any pictures with it. It was just really annoying. So I decided to go to Sprint with my husband. So the two phones that I was having a difficult time deciding over was either between the Samsung Galaxy 8 or the iPhone 10. And I had actually been using my husband's Samsung Galaxy 8 for several weeks beforehand to film a lot of my videos. And I really liked it. It was really simple to use and everything, but the girl in me who likes pretty things thought for some reason that going with the iPhone 10 would be the smart thing to do. So we spent a couple of days on the internet researching things between, the iPhone and the Samsung phone and what camera was better and which took better pictures. And it was pretty much consistently saying that video-wise, the Samsung phone would be better, but picture-wise, the iPhone was better. So I was having a really hard time deciding. So fast forward a couple of days later, we're actually at, the Sprint store, and I still have not made up my mind as to which phone I want. So I asked the girl at the counter, which, phone she thinks is better. And I can see that she has her, iPhone out. So clearly, she, is an iPhone fan because she's got one herself. And she said that if I'm concerned, about like picture taking and the camera and all that, that the camera is better. So I thought, you know what? Fine, let's do it. Let's get the iPhone 10. So I get it, and it's pretty, and it's shiny, and it's new, and it's awesome. And I happened to be busy that week, so I didn't try to film a video until the following week. So fast forward to about 10 days later, I get out the phone, to film my first YouTube video with it. I was very excited, and so first issue that I ran across is I need to be able to screen mirror from the phone to my monitor in order for me to be able to see how to set up the camera, what the background needs to look like. So I thought, no problem, right? So I go to the Apple store and I search for screen mirroring. And the only one that came up was this app, I believe, that was called like Mirroring 360. So I go there and you can use it, but you can only use it for a couple of days on a free trial. And it was the only one that I could find that was compatible with a PC computer from an iPhone. So it took me about an hour to figure this out because I'm not very tech savvy, okay? So about an hour later, I'm like, okay, here we go. Screen mirroring, turning it on. So I turn on the screen mirroring. And the phone, the way how it's mirroring it onto the monitor is this way, not this way. So it's not rotating it. Even though it's rotating it on the phone, it is not rotating it on the screen. So I finally bagged the idea of filming that day because it was just too difficult for me to figure out by myself. So I asked my husband, I explained to him the situation, so he looks at it. And the only way that we could make the screen mirroring flip over so that I could see what the heck I was doing is by going into the settings on his monitor and flipping the actual monitor upside down in the settings in order for it to actually rotate. Okay, no problem. Now that I know how to do that, I can do that, right? Wrong. So I go to, set up, take my picture for my thumbnail. The iPhone will not take widescreen pictures. So we're fiddling with trying to take a picture, and my husband points out that it's not in widescreen. So we go through the settings. There is no settings to make it be widescreen. So then we do some research on how to take pictures in widescreen mode on an iPhone. So the only way that it will take a picture in widescreen mode is if you turn on the video to record yourself and then press the button underneath the record button in order to take a picture. Okay, again, not too difficult, kind of a pain. The other way that you can do it is by taking a picture and then going into edit it, going into the settings in editing, and then clicking the 16:9, which then turns it into widescreen. However, if you took a picture of yourself, like this and this, a little bit of your face or the top of your head or whatever is going to be cut off because it's essentially just cropping your picture. It's not really fixing the picture. It's making it smaller in order to make it be widescreen. So then, 2 hours later after figuring all of this out, so now I have spent, like 4 hours on trying to work on a video that I haven't even been able to try to film yet. So now I'm starting, to film, and I film my video and it's fine. So the next day I go to take, the footage off of the iPhone and put it onto my computer. You would not think that that would be a problem, right? You plug your USB into the computer and transfer stuff. No big deal. Well, so then what happens is that it takes over an hour to transfer 2 relatively small videos onto the computer, which is ridiculous because when I use my husband's phone, it took like 10 minutes, maybe tops. So that's a little bit worrisome. And not only that, but after, it transferring for like half an hour, it would die halfway through and all of a sudden stop transferring because the phone timed out. So then I had to go into the settings and figure out how to turn off the timeout on the iPhone because apparently if it times out, then it also makes the transferring stop. But I'm like, okay, it's fine. Let's try maybe plugging it into my husband's computer and maybe his computer will be faster because he does have a faster computer. So I asked him to plug the iPhone into his computer and it disabled all of his USB drives. All of his USB drives basically just died. Just like that. All of a sudden, his keyboard wouldn't work. His mouse wouldn't work. Nothing on his computer worked. So then we had to spend at least an hour trying to figure out how to get into the settings on his computer while it's booting up so that he could go in and fix whatever the issue is. So I think he ended up hitting F11 or something, going into the settings and then being able to, fix it like that. At this point, I'm feeling a little nervous. But anyway, after about an hour, I finally transfer all of the footage and everything onto the computer. And then I go into Pinnacle Studio, which is what I use for editing my videos. And I edit my video and I export my video. And the sound is faster than the picture. And at that point, I'm thinking, what the actual heck is going on here? So we do some more research and find out that the frame rate of video that iPhones take is not, I think, the 30 frames per second, not the standard rate, but like an unstandard whatever rate. There's some fancy word for it. I forget what that word is. So essentially, it is not compatible with going through my editing software. So at that point, I am really thinking, I made a mistake getting this phone. So at that point, we called Sprint and told them what's going on. And they said that since today was the 14th day, that I could still take the phone in and exchange it for a different phone if I so choose, or exchange it for another iPhone and see if maybe the iPhone that I got is just funky or whatever. So before we go to Sprint, we do a little bit more research and find out that this is a very common problem with iPhones. So this is after, I don't know how many hours of research, of fiddling, of spending a couple of hours editing my videos, only to still have no videos. And so anyway, we went to Sprint and we exchanged my phone to a Samsung Galaxy 8, which is what I'm using right now. And so my husband did some research and figured out that there was a software that he could run the 2 videos that I filmed with the iPhone with, that he could run it through some program and that it would be able to fix the frame rate issue. So the Fenty Beauty video that I posted, I think last week. So that one was the first video that I filmed with the iPhone. And so he managed to run it through the software, and it did make the voice line up with the picture, but it cut down on the quality, which is fine. I'm just happy that I was able to upload a video and that finally at least some of my efforts were not wasted. Needless to say, of course, I had to edit the video all over again, but that's all right. So then the other video that I uploaded, which was the what's in my makeup bag, that video, unfortunately, it did not fix the frame rate for some reason. I edited it. We did the same thing to try to fix it, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and it looked like it worked fine to me, but a couple of people reached out to me and messaged me and said that the lip sync was off. So I did unfortunately have to delete that video. But in any case, I am not trying to bash iPhones. My experience with the phone, other than, you know, trying to use it for the purpose of filming a YouTube video and all of that, was fine. I could have even dealt with the whole, you know, pictures not being taken in widescreen mode kind of issue. But honestly, that was just a nightmare. Just an absolute nightmare. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to bash iPhones, but my experience with it was just honestly awful. All I've got is this fancy phone case that I got for it that now I have nothing to put on. And my pride, that was very much injured because my husband told me, he told me that I should choose the Samsung, and I, being myself and being stubborn, just decided not to listen and listen to the little voice in my head that said, you want the iPhone. So, yeah, that's my experience. And of course, that doesn't mean that someone else's experience with the iPhone is not lovely. And I have had an iPhone in the past and I absolutely loved it. But for filming a YouTube video, no. It is just not tech savvy enough to transfer things to a PC. The screen mirroring is an issue. Just every single step was an issue. So there you go. That is my iPhone versus Samsung story. And I would love to know in the comments below if you guys are Android users or if you guys are iPhone users. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video slash rant. And now that I've got, you know, a reliable phone, videos are gonna resume as per usual. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. And I will see you guys again very soon.